Hi guys, Josh back again, and I'm really excited tonight because for the very first time I'm reviewing Doctor Who. This will be for Series 9, Episode 1, titled The Magician's Apprentice. Anna's a little under the weather tonight, so she's going to take the night off. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow night for our Fear the Walking Dead review. But, of course, tonight's review is for Doctor Who. If you have not seen the most recent episode of Doctor Who, that would be the Series 9 premiere titled The Magician's Apprentice, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later because everything I say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, right off, I really enjoyed this episode. It had a very retro feel, which I enjoyed. It reminded me a lot of the old Doctor Who, you know, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, with the sets, with the camera work, with just kind of everything about it felt very retro. Okay, so the episode starts off and we get a really creepy, I guess it's not really a monster, but we have the hand mines, and they're what they are, they're land mines, but they're hands that come up out of the ground and they have an eye on them, and if you move, they grab you and they pull you into the ground, and what happens from there, who knows, but it's super creepy. And a little boy gets stuck in a hand mine field and he calls for help, and the doctor just happens to be cruising by in the TARDIS, so he lands and he goes to help this little boy out. But lo and behold, the little boy is Davros, which I think actually leaked a little while ago, but we did a really good job of avoiding those spoilers, so it came as a surprise to us. So it seems like once the doctor finds out who this little boy is, that he just leaves him there. And years and years and years and years later, Davros, as a grown creator of the Daleks, he remembers the doctor not saving him when he was a little boy. And so he sends his... I cannot pronounce the guy's name, so I apologize. I'm just going to say the snake guy. He sends the snake guy out to find the doctor, and he's unsuccessful, so they have to target the doctor's friends, who are Missy and Clara. And after that initial scene with the doctor and young Davros, the doctor doesn't show up again until a little over halfway through the episode. So Missy and Clara are pretty much front and center for the majority of the episode, and I really like the dynamic between those two, so that really, I enjoyed that quite a bit. I could see some people not enjoying that because, you know, it's Doctor Who, you want to see the Doctor, but I really liked seeing those two characters just because I think they have really good on-screen chemistry, and I like their interactions. So Clara and Missy, they have to find the doctor because Missy has received the doctor's will, and she gets that, the way Time Lords work. They send out their wills to their closest friends the day before their death. So Missy gets his will, and she's like, all right, well, the doctor's going to die tomorrow. I got to go find him because I try to kill him every time I see him, but he's my friend, so I got to help him. I love that they explored that a little bit in this episode. Yet you do kind of get this feeling of kinship between the Master and the Doctor, but I really like that they explored that a little bit deeper in this episode, as much as they could in a single episode anyway. So Clara and Missy, they find the doctor, and of course it's a trap, which everybody knows, but they all get lured into this hospital where a dying Davros is, and it's on Skaro, it turns out. Which sends the doctor actually into basically a full-blown panic because he realizes not necessarily how much trouble he's in, because I think he knows he can handle it. He realizes how much trouble his friends are in, and it comes down to the point where he's begging Davros not to kill Clara because the Daleks have already zapped Missy / the Master, and she is supposedly dead, but I gotta figure she's coming back. And Clara, she gets zapped, so she is supposedly dead. And I'm excited to see how they address that in the next episode because this is a two-parter, and Missy and Clara can't be permanently dead, so I'm really excited to see how they fix that. Another thing I really enjoyed about this episode is the Doctor is now without his screwdriver, because at the beginning of the episode when he was talking to young Davros, he threw him his Sonic. And I guess he's never replaced it since then, so he is not using his Sonic. And I hope that actually continues throughout, because the Sonic has become kind of this fix-all kind of solution for Doctor Who. And I think the Doctor without the Sonic would make for a little more interesting story. I want him to get it back at some point, but I hope they go a little bit, without the Sonic. I think that could be really, really cool. And as I mentioned, this is a two-part arc, which they're going to do throughout this series, which I think that's a really great idea, actually, because it gives them more time to develop a complete story instead of trying to cram so much into, 45 to 47 minutes, given the commercial breaks. So having that extra episode to really dig in and have a solid beginning, middle, and end of the story, I'm really looking forward to the season. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do next week. Okay, as I said, I really enjoyed this episode. I loved the retro feel to it. I love I love Missy and Clara together, their interactions. And I like that the Doctor is without his Sonic, and he's in this terrible predicament. And the episode ends with Missy and Clara dead, and the Doctor holding a young Davros, because the Doctor's traveled back in time. How did he do that? Because they supposedly blew up the TARDIS, the Daleks did. So how did he travel back in time? A vortex manipulator, maybe? I don't know. But he has the young Davros at Dalek blaster point. So and then is threatening to kill him. So yeah, I'm really excited for episode 2. I'm looking forward to seeing how they resolve all these situations that happened throughout the course of this episode, because this is probably the most dire situation we've seen this particular Doctor in. Alright, what did you guys think of the episode? I'm dying to know. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.